Hello friends, in class 10 science chapter 3 metals and non-metals we will discuss about corrosion, conditions for rusting and prevention of corrosion. Let us see one by one. Corrosion. In the first chapter you discussed about this corrosion. Actually eating away of metals in the presence of moist air is called corrosion. Examples of corrosion are silver articles becomes black after some time when exposed to air. This is because it reacts with sulfur in the air to form a coating of silver sulfide. Clear? Copper reacts with moist carbon dioxide in the air and slowly loses its shiny brown surface and gains a green coat. This green substance is basic copper carbonate, that is copper hydroxide and copper carbonate. Iron, when exposed to moist air for a long time, acquires a coating of a brown flaky substance called rust. Very common examples of corrosion. Clear? Now, what are the conditions for rusting? With the help of one activity, we will try to explain. Take three test tubes A, B and C and place clean iron nails in each of them. These are the test tubes. This is A, this is B and this is C, and these are the iron nails. In each case iron nails are placed. Pour some water in test tube A and cork it. In this case we added this water and we cork it. Pour boiled distilled water in test tube B and add about 1 ml of oil and cork it. Is it clear? The oil will float on water and prevent the air from dissolving in water in this B. Okay, now why we are taking this boiled distilled water? When we boil it, whatever the air dissolved in this water, it will escape, and we make a layer of oil above this so that this is air cannot dissolve in this water. Okay, simply we can say this water is free from air and oxygen. And put some anhydrous calcium chloride in test tube C. This is C test tube and we put this anhydrous calcium chloride. Actually this anhydrous calcium chloride is act as a drying agent. It absorbs the moisture present in the air. That's why we will get the dry air. This is the purpose of adding anhydrous calcium chloride. Okay, anhydrous calcium chloride will absorb the moisture, if any, from the air. Leave these test tubes for a few days and then observe. And again, what we will observe after few days, iron nails rust in the test tube A, but they do not rust in test tube B and C. Now just compare the conditions of these A, B and C. In test tube A, the nails are exposed to both air and water. In test tube B, nails are exposed to only water because we have escaped the air by boiling the water. And in the nails in test tube C are exposed to dry air. Moisture is not there. Moisture is absorbed by the anhydrous calcium chloride. What we conclude from this activity, it is for rusting, presence of moist air is essential. Is it clear? Now, next one is prevention of corrosion. Again, in the lower classes, we have discussed how can we prevent the corrosion. The rusting of iron can be prevented by painting, oiling, greasing. These are the common methods. Simply, we cut the contact of iron and air. Direct contact we cut by these. Chrome plating will make a coating of chromium on the iron. Like we can say handles of bicycle is chrome plated. Anodizing, in these metals and non-metals we have discussed about the anodizing, making a layer of oxide. Galvanizing or making alloys. Again we know what is the meaning of galvanization. Coating of iron with a thin layer of zinc. That is, if we coat a layer of zinc on the iron, that is called Galvanized iron. Galvanized article is protected against rusting even if the zinc coating is broken. Suppose at the some part of that galvanized article zinc coating is broken. What happened? Is that article get rusted? No. Because in this case zinc is more reactive. That's why zinc will react comparison to the iron. That's why zinc will not rust it. Iron is the most widely used metal, but it is never used in its pure state because pure iron is very soft and stretches easily when hot. That's why we make this iron into alloy. That is, by making alloys, we can also prevent the rusting. What is an alloy? Again, we have discussed this. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or a metal and a non-metal. It is prepared by first melting the primary metal and then dissolving the other element in it in definite proportions. It is then cooled to room temperature. For example, steel. This is iron plus carbon. If we mix the carbon with the steel, it becomes hard and strong. Stainless steel, whatever the utensils we use in our kitchen, these are made up of the stainless steel. What components are present? Iron, carbon, nickel and chromium. These are hard and not rust easily. Clear? If one of the metals is mercury, then the alloy is known as amalgam. The electrical conductivity and melting point of an alloy is less than that of pure metals. Now just see how alloying changes the physical properties. For example, brass, an alloy of copper and zinc, and bronze, the alloy of copper and tin, are not good conductors of electricity, whereas copper is used for making electrical circuits. That is, by alloying copper with either zinc or with tin, we changed its conducting power. In the same way, this is solder. An alloy of lead and tin, Pb and Sn, has a low melting point and is used for welding electrical wires together. In the number of gadgets are there where electrical wires have to be soldered. Soldering is taking place. Soldering, I think you are familiar with this word, soldering of electrical wires. Pure gold. This is a 24 karat gold. Actually, purity of gold is measured in the carat. If this is 100% pure, then this is considered as a 24 karat gold. It is very soft. Therefore, it is not suitable for making jewelry. It is alloyed with either silver or copper to make it hard. And generally in India, 22 karat gold is using for making ornaments. Now, how this 22 karat gold is made? So it means 22 parts of pure gold is alloyed with 2 parts of either copper or silver. Then we will get the 22 karat gold. Is it clear? Now students, this is the last video of the chapter 3, metals and non-metals, and I hope that you have understood this chapter. And have you subscribed my channel? If not, subscribe my channel so that new videos for the next chapter you can get easily and quickly. Thank you.